National Novel Writing Month, also known as the hell that is November. NaNoWriMo is an awkward topic because on the one hand it is really fun, and on the other hand it is the most annoying month ever. It changes over time. Like, you start off thinking, yes, writing for a month, 50,000 words, I can do this is great. By week 2 you feel like you've took on the biggest challenge ever, and you feel like David facing Goliath. If any of you know that story, it's basically Goliath is a giant and David is a human, and it's very, and he slays the giant, but you feel like you're not doing so well and the giant is about to step on you and squash you like a bug. Generally speaking, that is how people feel by week 2. Then week 3 generally picks up, and by the end of week 4 / an extra 2 days, people finish. I started at the end of week 2, on the 13th, I believe, possibly later. I started last Wednesday, and not easy. It really isn't easy. I started last Wednesday, and basically because of that, I've had to write 2,500 words a day after the initial 5,000 I wrote on the first day. In Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6 days, because I'm not including today. In 6 days, I wrote 17,780 roughly words, which means that I feel pretty epic about that. I've written nearly 18,000 words. I'm going to write more today, and I'm going to write in next Sunday. Obviously, I'm going to write more every day. I'm going to write in this Sunday coming up, as well, to write some more. I'm hoping to eventually reach 50,000 words pretty sharpish, because I'm catching up really quickly, and I like that, which is great. NaNoWriMo is awkward. I highly suggest if you attempt it, you use word wars and sprints on the forums, because those are the best way ever to get your word count up, and they do help massively with your writing and just getting the words out there. The point of NaNoWriMo is not to write perfectly, it is to get 50,000 words down. It's to write a novel in a month and then spend months editing it to make sure it's perfect before you send it to a publisher or publish it yourself. It is, in essence, a very amazing opportunity to just have a national, international even, group of millions of people all writing at the same time and making an amazing amount of progress in 1 month. There are some people who I wonder if are actually human, who write about 150,000 words in the first 12 days. There are people like that, and you're just like, how is that even possible? There are some people who obviously cheat, because their first day, they get like 100,000 words, and you're like, there's no way you wrote that today. Because of how quick you would have to write, it's impossible. You'd be, I understand that some people do write really quickly, and, some people can write, my husband alone can write 120 words a minute, and he's not a writer, like type. That's 2 words a second, when he is focused and knows exactly what he's writing. But when you're writing for NaNoWriMo, you're writing a novel, you're expressing your creativity in words. You don't actually know where you're going with it, for the most part. You follow a rough plan sometimes, yes, but to know exactly what you're writing all of the time, you just don't, you can't. And to write that much in 1 day is nowhere near possible without writing for like the full day, 24 hours, which I suppose you could do, but you'd be really tired at the end of it. But yeah, it's great, especially if you have a group of people, like I have local people who, you know, are really good about writing as well, and will happily, you know, participate with you in word wars and sprints, and will, you know, write with you and keep you motivated along the way. Yeah, so NaNoWriMo is basically a really great experience for the most part. Some of it feels like it's going to kill you, but otherwise it's pretty good. They do have, you know, they do rely on donations. They're a non-profit charity, known as the Office of Letters and Light. I think they're a non-profit charity. They're definitely a charity of some sort. You know, I'm not sure if the people who run it get paid or not, but if they do, then that's perfectly fine by me. I really don't care, because they, you know, they do a lot for people. They have millions of people all writing at the same time in November, April and July, and that is an amazing feat to achieve. And they also have to set everything up. They have to do, you know, they do the Night of Writing Dangerously every year, which is one night in November. This year I think it was the 16th. Not quite sure about that, but I think it was. And they basically get thousands of people, I think, definitely hundreds of people, in one place, and I think it's in San Francisco in the US, and everyone sits down for a night from 4 p.m. I think to 11 p.m. I think it's about that long, and basically 7 hours of non-stop writing, and it always has a theme, and, you know, they always have like food and drinks and things. From what I can tell, I've never actually been, because affording it would be a nightmare just to go there for like a day. And if I did go for longer than that, I'd want to sightsee and not write, so I don't think I'd be able to do that. But it is, you know, it's pretty great. You know, it's great that they do that, and it's a pretty amazing event. So if you are a writer, or you want to start writing, or you want to attempt it anywhere, you know, just jump on the website. I wouldn't advise starting it this year, because you'd have to write like 10,000 words a day to catch up with everyone. You know, because there's less than 2 weeks left. 5,000 words a day, then still, it's, you know, it's not easy. And so, you know, it is manageable, probably. I think I wrote 5,000 words a day for the first 2 days, but to keep up that pace would be a nightmare. You know, there's also the Young Writers Program. If you're under 18, if you're aged 13 to 17, you can join that, and with that one, last time I knew it was 30,000 words was the target, but apparently you can set your own target now. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but you know, that's another awesome thing to do. Yeah, if you want to do that. If you want to try Camp NaNoWriMo, that's in April. On that one, you can set your own target, and it's closer than next November if you do want to attempt it. You can set your own target there, write as much or as little as you want. The lowest you can set your target is at 10,000 words, and it's basically anywhere up from that. It is a really good way to do things. And yeah, that's basically it. Camp NaNoWriMo is a bit awkward, though, I will point that out, because you get, rather than having local groups, you get put in teams of, I think it's 5 as is your camp, and sometimes you can get really inactive people, sometimes you can get people who just demotivate you, and, you know, you can switch camps if you feel like it, but it can be really awkward, and sometimes, you know, it's better to just use the forums and just go it alone sometimes. Because it's a bit pointless sitting in a camp, because you feel really awful if you're writing a lot and your camp member's writing nothing, and your camp statistics are just so low, and you can't help it. It's really annoying. But, you know, I probably won't be attempting that, because I'll probably be too busy writing and editing, well, editing and publishing the next book to do Camp NaNoWriMo, and I might do the one in July, I don't know. It depends on how much time I have. But hopefully I will be able to do more writing next year, because I do have a fantasy book I want to work on as well. Sorry, I keep yawning, and it's really awful. But yeah, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you, you know, if you want to see all the other videos I've uploaded over the past however long I've been on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and check out my channel. If you subscribe, you'll also see all the videos I upload from now on. If you really want to, you know, take part in what I talk about, you can comment on below any ideas you have for new videos, and if you want to interact with me in any other way, all my information for all my websites and things is down below in the description box. In there you will find my Facebook, and my Twitter, and my Tumblr, and all these other things that are magical and amazing. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.